Let's get in.
Short and sweet, power hour.
How we going, boys? How we going? Well done, lads. That's a good opening line. That's one way to start it, boys.
Hey, guys.
Let's just get this done.
One way to start.
Welcome back, boys.
For all our viewers out there, yeah, you can tell.
Alright, and surely, and you can fix your camera a bit. Get your head to that mean ops level.
There you go.
It's
That's
always the
better.
same fucking...
Same
like-
story.
It's the same story. Last episode I could hear him breathing through his nose. Just so loud. Sure they love that.
Well, you said turn the mic up.
Just turn it up.
It is good actually, guys. I can hear you loud and clear. But you do have a very
That's right.
loud breath.
It's quite raspy. Op's got the Steve Jobs look. God.
I thought I'd mix it up, boys. I thought I'd go a bit of Steve Jobs. It's actually just a polo over a jumper. It's getting cold here, boys. 5 degrees
It's
last
good,
night.
guys.
5 degrees. She's really
It's
getting
just
warm.
whacked on the hoodie.
Yeah,
I
she's
got
got a
the
straight
hoodie.
hoodie. We've got a
It's
very
fucking
good
freezing.
contrast of dressed appropriately, dressed like he's fucking doing chores around the house, and fuck knows what you're dressed as, Maxie.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
But,
It's good
yeah,
mix.
there we go.
Livens it up. Alright. Anyways, chaps, so what are we doing today? Hen's going to run us through what's going
I
on with
love
Diddy,
it.
Hen.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's all things Diddy.
Big
What's he
Dad's.
done this time?
He's in some trouble, eh, guys?
Yeah, he's in some serious trouble. I don't know if you boys caught the CCTV footage of when he's running down the hall.
Yeah,
Just-
we
Yeah.
all saw that.
Yeah.
Give us the rundown. What's
So
happening?
what's been happening, guys? What's
So
the
that's
actual
kind of
game?
that's what it's built off. And now there's been 50 witnesses come forward. They've just built around
Jeez.
that kind of sex trafficking, using his power to, have these drug-fueled freak-offs. Heaps of people involved. So it's been held in Brooklyn. I think the hearing's October.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, minimum of 10, I think upwards of life, if he gets done on
Jeez, okay.
racketeering.
Minimum 10 years. Yeah. Alright, so what are these freak-offs? What do they actually involve? What's the story there?
What's boots on the ground, Hen?
What is that even
What were they like? How
Yeah,
many
they're
events
intense. They're
They're
intense.
intense? Yeah. I thought so.
Multiple players involved. I think multi-day events. They bring in male prostitutes, female prostitutes.
The full
Just get all
works.
drugged up. Apparently afterwards, after these multi-day kind of just orgies, they just get on the IVs, clear the systems.
Yeah,
Fast
recharge.
cleanups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So this voyeurism business, like, a lot of people are into it, like, watching, spectating, but, I guess what's the appeal?
You tell me, Kez. You tell me.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Everyone just quickly
That's
deletes
a
their
good-
browser history.
That's a good question.
So anyway, he's been calling himself the Black Gatsby for quite some time. He's been doing these big white parties in Hollywood. Everyone's been there. Leo, all the usual suspects.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to differentiate
Beads.
between who was just at the party and who was
At the
staying
freak-offs.
back late.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
yeah,
There's
it's
a few
interesting.
people in the firing line, though. You got Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of rogue people in there. Owen Wilson.
Oh,
really?
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big fella is obviously, he gets around.
yeah.
Owen Wilson.
It's a tough
Owen
call.
Wilson's been pretty squeaky clean,
Jeez.
family friendly.
Not so squeaky.
He's good. Not so squeaky at all.
Alright, fair enough. But yeah, so he's locked up in the federal detention in Brooklyn, the Metropolitan Detention Center. And this is the
Yeah.
same place where they had R. Kelly, Ghislaine
Yeah.
Maxwell, Sam
Yeah.
Bankman-Fried. Anyway, he had
Full works.
the Combs Enterprise with, like, tens of hundreds of security and personal assistants, and they're all just running around, taking care of business. All this racketeering, sex trafficking. He was running this empire. It was worth a bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bad Boy Records.
It wasn't small amount of change, that's for sure. So they
He
denied
had
his
resources.
$50 million. They denied his $50 million bail. Just because obviously he had the means to pay it, and let's be honest, I think a flea was probably on the cards. Just get out of town as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Pay that and bounce.
But they also thought he had significant risk of intimidating his victims if he got out.
Yeah.
He'd be coming after you. Do you see what they did, his associates? They sliced open a soft top car and dropped a Molotov cocktail inside it not too long ago.
What was the motive behind it, cuz? What were they trying to do? But there was no one in the car.
Yeah,
I don't know. They just dropped in
Might have been.
Molotovs. So if Diddy's after you, cuz he's after you bad.
Yeah, you don't
Straight
want to
GTA.
This is actually legitimately
Lobbing Molotovs over the wall. You get you. There's no way you can hold up, boys. Just be wary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
and
want
they've
to be
taken
up
his passports, so, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Hen? You getting life for these freak-offs?
I reckon we're going to see another suicide. I think he's done. Apparently, because apparently he filmed everything. So everything's on record. There's too much dirt out there.
Gonna release the tapes.
It's going to be part of the same file.
It's all into one file. I think
file.
they definitely released the names of who were at this. So I think that'll come out in court. So there's a lot of people, probably nervous people in Hollywood at the moment, getting ready to be cancelled.
Do you reckon Diddy and Epstein were in cahoots?
Yeah, for sure.
You reckon? You reckon they knew each other?
The freak-offs, islands, it's all wrapped
all
up
the
in the
same
same thing. Yeah.
All in the one file.
But yeah, apparently
Fair
50
enough,
Cent's coming out with a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw
With a
that.
deep
How
dive.
funny is that?
Yeah. It's going to be
So
good.
what was 50 Cent's beef with old Diddy? Just never liked him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think those lads... Those New York
Eminem
lads-
definitely never liked him.
Yeah.
Why?
Eminem
like
never
Diddy.
liked Dids.
They
Yeah.
just hate him.
And Fiddy's obviously with Eminem, so...
Yeah, Fiddy
Ah,
absolutely despises Diddy. He's coming. Yeah, that doco he's coming out with is an account of the.
Fiddy's
victims,
actually
so-
a good lad though, so like I feel like he's actually got a bit of moral fibre, and he's probably looking at Dids and being like, looking at these freak-offs,
Yeah, he's not the best.
and it's like,
He's
that's
had
not the
it.
way to do it, bro.
He's had enough. He's had enough.
That's not how we do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they may have been, you know what they say about Dids and Tupac, so maybe Fiddy knows.
Well, Diddy's saying... Well, people are saying that Diddy killed Biggie. He put a sticker on the car.
Why did he kill Biggs?
It's all wrapped up. I went down a deep rabbit hole, and then it was like... It was AI. And I was like... Because his ex-wife came out with a memoir. It was like a 56-page tell-all before she died.
Diddy's ex-wife.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
apparently that's
Right,
like to be confirmed if it's true or not.
No, that is true because Diddy paid her off. So I think what happened, cuz, is that Diddy was
What happened, guys?
Diddy said he's not going to pay
Slow
her.
him down, guys.
Diddy said he wasn't going to pay her, and then apparently he was going. It was all done through solicitors, and then what's going on is that Diddy's actually got a copy of this book, and then the next day he paid her off, and then got. But I'm not sure. What's
I didn't see
happened.
that. It was like a 1-day settlement.
Yeah,
She came out with these things. Yeah, and then it's like, fuck this.
fast, quick day settlement. Let's get this done.
Yeah, what do you need? 50 mil? Done.
It was 50 mil in the end. I think that was how much it was.
Yeah. So I think now that they've got a case, more and more people are going to start coming out of the woodwork. I want to know what's up with Bieber, whether or not he's the victim or if he's actually like involved in it. Because
Nah, I
it
don't
could
think
be.
so.
It
He's
could
too
be
young.
interesting.
Nah, because him and Usher, Diddy and Usher are like close mates.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're going to get a tell-all. To be honest with you, I don't think the story is going to get any clarity. They're just going to lock him up, and then we'll get drips and drabs.
You reckon it'll be a happy ending for Dids?
It won't be a happy ending for Dids, but it'll be like the Epstein thing. He'll go down, and all of his slimy friends will just lurk in the shadows. I think his associates should definitely get some time though for what they've done, but like the high swinging profile, the high swinging celebrities and stuff, they'll slam their way out of it. Like they won't actually be brought to justice.
Yeah, we might need to get boots on ground.
Just get in there.
I think it's cool though. I don't think we're going to see much come out. Even reading into it now, there's so much just murkiness. You don't know what's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about this booze hound thing, cuz? Take us through it. What's been happening there, cuz?
Yeah, I guess we'll stay on the East Coast then.
Let's
Varma,
just
New
stick
York
there.
City booze hound. This guy, he's a real slime bag. He's a infectious disease doctor by the sounds of things, and he'd been doing like different infectious disease stints in different developing countries and in like Ethiopia and different areas. And then when COVID hit, they called him in to come back to the city and help design some policies for COVID policies. So he was the one responsible for setting up all of this bullshit about, gatherings and not leaving your house and lockdowns and all this shit. And New York had some of the harshest policies out there. They've come out to say like the damage it's done on small businesses, like thousands of businesses closed. They've also said how detrimental it's been to the students at school because their reading and literacy rates like plummeted, and all this stuff's come out saying how bad it was. But anyway, so what's his name? Steven Crowder, legend. Just like sets him up. He gets this. I think what he'd done is he got this chick to go catch up with Jay at this Manhattan like bar.
Yeah.
And just kind of boozed him up a little bit, and then he just got him talking, and he's like telling him about the sex parties he's having. He's in this open relationship with his wife, and he's just middle of lockdown, catching up with a few mates in New York City hotels, taking a bit of E, and just having all sorts of fun, and then going to these like underground raves in downtown Manhattan with like hundreds of people and just getting into it. So behind the scenes, boozing up bigger than ever, but then every single day he was on like COVID press telling everyone stay locked up, stay inside. So he's just this little tyrant with a probably fucking massive ego complex. And then Crowder goes up to him, and he approaches him, and he thought he was sitting down for a few drinks, a few spritzes, and then the chick's like, that's my boss calling, I've got to go, and she leaves him with Crowder, and then Crowder just goes in, starts hammering him with questions, and it's not pretty. It's pretty awkward. But respect to him, to confront him direct head on and ask him the hard questions. I don't know. I don't think there's any justification you could possibly have. What do you boys reckon?
Why is it coming out now?
Yeah.
So far after COVID.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just admitted to it. I'm not too sure. Admitted to his conduct. It's hard to say, but I think also it's probably a little bit more valuable because we've actually been able to look back on. We've had a bit of time to pass and reflect on the damage that this has actually done. So there is some value in giving it a bit of time. But I think the fact of the matter is that he's just come out and said that that's what he was doing.
So what's the repercussions now?
He got fired.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah.
But no legal action or anything like that against him?
I don't know if you can take legal action. He's just for what he's done. Like I don't know, but I think that I don't think anyone can really. There's no real action you could take. Nothing's going to bring those businesses back. Nothing's going to undo the damage to the learning that those kids have.
That's
done.
true.
It's all too late anyway. But I think we need to. I think we need to have a bit of pause and reflect on how these people are everywhere. Like, they'll just conjure up these rules and regulations and make you follow them, but they don't actually have any intention of following them themselves. They just like the power, and like, they're little tyrants, and they're everywhere. These little fucking rats. And this guy's such a slime bag.
Everywhere.
Like, yeah, and
it's a pretty good way to go about it. Get him boozed up with a chick, and then just the old bait and switch. After you're like 5 Negronis deep. Tell me about these raves.
What's been happening?
You and the Rat Pack.
Yeah. It's like, me and my wife were in an open relationship. The second I heard that, I'm like, this guy's a fucking flea bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good.
Good to see.
Well, it's good to see that he's had a fall from grace anyway, because... Well, should we keep it in New York for a second also? Just, you seen what's happened to the New York mayor?
No, I didn't. What's happened?
First New York mayor to ever be indicted. Wire fraud.
Oh, shit.
The full fucking 9 yards, boys. So, he's been arrested. He's indicted on 5 federal public corruption charges. Bribery, wire fraud, you name it. He's going for it. He's claiming innocence, obviously. But I don't think he's going to be getting out of this one, unfortunately. I think the feds have got him pretty dead to rights.
Oh shit! What's he facing?
It hasn't been said what he's facing at the moment, and apparently there's probably a deal on the table where he names certain people within the organisation, and you know, he'll get out of a few. Yeah.
Where's that? It's intense. The collapse in New York.
$100,000 in flights and stays in opulent hotels.
Yeah.
Just living large.
Yeah. You know, he's the mayor of New York. He's got to. So.
He fueled his run for mayor with illegal donations that helped him qualify for more than $10 million in public campaign funds. Yeah. This guy's shady.
Yeah. So he's done for. He's done for. But New York seems to be going through a bit of it at the moment. Everyone's trying to get their $2 bobs worth.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's getting out of this one, because
I'm pretty
if
sure...
If convicted of the most serious charge, wire fraud, he faces up to 20 years in prison.
He won't do 20.
He won't get 20.
He'll weasel his way out of this one.
So he's up... Is he out with Dids? No, he's not locked up yet, but he's got...
No. He will be. He will be.
All in the same.
Yeah.
What about Hezbollah, guys? Got any updates for us?
Wait, just quickly,
Oh, you go, guys. What have we got?
Just remember, we got the co-main coming up next week. JD Waltz.
Oh, we do too. That's right. Big one.
Long-awaited.
What's the predictions?
What's the story, guys? Yeah, where is it? What are the odds?
CBS is hosting. Same rules apply, but they've got hot mics. They're not muted mics.
Not muted mics.
No questions beforehand.
CBS, which way do they lean?
I'm not sure.
Me neither, actually. I'm going to say left too.
Safe bet.
They're all left.
If it's not Fox.
Pretty much. Very, very true.
Leans left.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So anyway, unmuted mics, and they just go at it. Full hour?
90 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, bang.
Yeah.
90 minutes. You reckon JD's going to throw in... do you reckon he'll bring up the old... he served and you haven't served sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. That could be a good opener.
Yeah.
It's like, you served 20 years. I've actually served.
My wife pulls me up all the time.
Do you reckon he'd go back to that? You'd have to, I suppose.
It's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Stick to
Where
your guns.
actually are they going to be, Hen? Like, which location?
I'm not sure.
Deep South.
Somewhere in
Yeah,
America.
probably deep south. Somewhere. I want to say New York.
Well, they're
The
both
crowd
kind
is
of
going to
from
make it.
deep south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any spectators though.
Oh, really?
Closed it off.
Well, they've been doing that for the presidential debates anyway, so.
Lock the doors.
Yeah, keep the crowds out. I mean, it's probably Secret Service doesn't want any more bad press.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
But
Fair enough.
We'll
All right. Looking forward to that one,
Getting over
'cause
to
that's Wednesday.
Hezbollah, cuz.
We'll do a deep dive on the. We'll watch that. We'll bring it up to speed in next week.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Hezbollah, cuz let's hear it.
Not much has happened, cuz, apart from Israel just keep on bombing. So, Netanyahu came out, he said, get out of Dodge. If you're in Dodge, you're probably going to get blown up. So, hordes of people leaving. And who knows what happens from here, boys.
Yeah.
To be fair,
They're
there
just
hasn't really
lobbing
been
bombs
there hasn't really been a retaliation from Hezbollah to Israel at this stage. Whether or not they just have they don't have the means to do it, which I'm thinking is more probably the way it is going to be. Israel's just going to clean house, take care of business, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they took out the Secretary General. What's his name? Hassan Nasrallah.
Yeah.
So, I think
What do
after
you
the whole page,
Hassan Nasrallah, isn't he the leader of Hezbollah? What do you mean? What happened to
he's
him?
taken out.
He got taken out.
Yeah, one of them.
They got him.
Holy
Missiles
shit! Really?
Yeah.
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 They took him out because
Yeah, they got a few of their
Oh my God.
high-ranking Hezbollahs.
yeah.
I didn't realize they got him. That's wild.
So Israel's obviously they're stuck to their guns. They just said, and like they've given the people a chance to get out too, because Hezbollah has all their ammo dumps in people's homes. They're just like, you got to leave. We're just gonna keep dropping bombs on you. So get out before.
They're coming in hard.
Yeah.
They are coming in hard because Hezbollah came out and said that they're only going to back away after a truce has been made with Gaza. So I guess this is Israel's response to that.
No, Netanyahu said there is no ceasefire. He came out openly and said, we're not doing a ceasefire. Get out of town.
Yeah.
So Hezbollah,
What
I
does
think,
this
are
mean,
on.
guys? Is Iran stepping in now? Like, or is Lebanon just stuffed?
And Lebanon's pretty stuffed, I'd say. Well, Lebanon itself isn't stuffed because Netanyahu came out and said, but he just said, you can return to your homes once we've cleaned it of Hezbollah.
All right.
So
but they're just going to be bombing incessantly for a period of
Yeah,
time.
I think so.
and
Yeah.
Then they would be like, it's cleaned out.
Well, they might do ground sweeps at that stage. They might roll in the front door to door sort of thing. Clear it out. And then he did say we'll invite the people back, but there will be a lot of pain ahead for you guys because you'll have nowhere to live.
Do they have any capacity to actually do ground sweeps? Do they have enough boots on ground to spread the army that thin?
Yeah.
Do they really?
So. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a
after the
big
Gaza. Yeah, fair enough.
So
Yeah. I don't know what Iran's doing. Like, why haven't they stepped in yet?
well, for one reason, I think.
The US just come straight in. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really interested. I hope they do a deep dive on the whole pager walkie-talkie thing. Like, how that actually
Netflix
unfolded.
Just Taiwan. What was Taiwan there for? Because
Was it the Japanese?
what does Nvidia have to do with it all?
All right, let's actually, speaking of Taiwan, I do just want to point out, want to quickly drop this one in, lads. So Intel's been having a pretty rough year. Their share value, their share prices, well, their value market cap's gone from 210 build down to 84. So they're just cutting weight,
Yep.
And I see a lot of parallels with Boeing. Another great engineering company, American engineering company that's just gone to the dogs, has been mauled by these financial corporate types, just going for quarterly profits and not actually focusing on the actual vision of the company. And there's some rumours, some whispers anyway, of a possible Qualcomm takeover, which would be like one of the biggest takeovers in US history. If they merged, so essentially Qualcomm does the chips for the phones, and then Intel does its own chips. So if they combined forces, it'd be like this huge US chip. It would be the essential, like it would be the US equivalent of the TSMC in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Possibly. So, yeah, it would have massive US backing, obviously. They'd love to see that happening, building their own chips and getting that done. But is it actually possible? I want to see what you guys thought.
To be fair, because I haven't read into it too much, but
Yeah.
is it possible? Well, anything's possible, because let's be honest, absolutely anything's possible. So, what you're talking about TMNC? What is their cap at the moment? Because obviously they're the biggest chip manufacturer in the world. What are we looking at?
Well, if you look at those guys, if you look at Nvidia, Qualcomm, and AMD, they've all been steadily going up. Obviously, no one's bigger than Nvidia, but they've all been upward projections. And then you look at forward Intel, and it's just been falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's any chance there that Taiwan could have some competition from the US in the future. Are we destined just to be, is that what's the chip manufacturing market going to look like in 20 years? Is Taiwan going to just continue to push it? Is it going to eventually just fall into Chinese firms? Is this something that the US wants to protect?
Yeah, I can't imagine the US. It is not possible for the US to compete with Taiwan just on wages, unless they have a full factory just of robots, which is a possibility, but I just don't think we're years away from that yet. Taiwan, it's just way cheaper, and it's not sustainable to do it anywhere else but these third world countries.
Yeah.
So,
be able to get in-house though, no shipping. You just right on Apple's doorstep.
No, it wouldn't matter. It would not matter. Well, they don't build the iPhones in California, do they? Don't think is the assembly a part of San Fran? I think maybe the assembly is there, but none of the internal parts are built in America.
Yeah, it'd be all imported.
Yeah. And it's kind of like if it was going to be cheaper, Apple would have done it already. They
might put them together.
Yeah,
I don't think they actually make an
assembly.
I'm pretty sure that. I'm pretty sure I read something where they are built in America, but everything else is imported from outside. Yeah.
So you're just saying the future is that all of these great American engineering companies are destined to fail and fall to the Chinese counterparts.
Yeah.
I think a Chinese invasion of Taiwan could shake things up a bit, but then I don't think that.
I feel like US is doing everything in their power to to bring it all back home, because they can see the writing on the wall. That Southeast Chinese Sea. That's all going to China.
Well, you look at a lot of Trump's policies, and he is trying to bring a lot of manufacturing back to the US. I just can't see it working. Like with advancements in technology, you could probably see something in the distant future, but until that happens, it's just not feasible to do it.
Yeah, if China is to take the Taiwan, then like American manufacturing is just in the bin.
Do you think though that they would be? Do you think, considering how much of the Western world gets their technology parts from Taiwan, that there wouldn't be a NATO step in or someone step in to try to protect Taiwan?
Well, they're not part of NATO, so they have no obligations.
Well, sorry, NATO wouldn't be a part, that's true, but do you reckon someone steps in? Or do you reckon they're just going to let it get overrun?
I think it's an interesting question. I mean, what role do foreign countries have in terms of Taiwan anyway? Like, without just causing a full-scale war? Like, if you see China going for Taiwan and you step in to save it, then that's, case closed.
Yeah,
just
You're at
US
war with
China.
Yeah, but you're exactly right. But then the thing is that where do I forget what the stats were, but it was some astronomical number of the amount of internal parts for computers, phones, all of that comes out of Taiwan. Where
it's
will we
pouring
get
out
those
of
from?
there. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think Intel is actually going to be a pretty big role. Well, I think US sees it strategically as a pretty big role to play here, and they don't want to see it sink. So I think that there's going to be a lot more focus on the future of Intel, and also whether or not this Qualcomm takeover happens. I think they want to get rid of that pinch point in Taiwan. But anyway, I think it's going to be an interesting area of geopolitics in the next 10 years.
You got to also
There it
think, if you have these massive companies in Taiwan, what's to stop, TMNC or AMD or Nvidia just going, India will come over to you for a little bit. You'd still be building them just as cheap in India, and no one's going to be invading India anytime soon.
Yeah, well, they opened up a branch in Japan.
Yeah. Once again, probably not the cheapest either.
Yeah, not the cheapest, but I think a bit more reliable.
Maybe a little bit more reliable.
Open up your business downtown Delhi, because it's... I don't know.
Oh, to be fair,
sounds like a
you say that. You say that, guys, but most of these luxury car parts coming out of India now. Everything, a lot of these luxury cars are all being built in India. I think you're misunderstanding.
But
to be fair, I haven't been on the streets of New Delhi. That's what
Just thinking of manufacturing in those dusty streets. Good luck.
It's where you want to go, kids. It's where you want to be doing business.
Yeah.
It's Tokyo versus Delhi.
Assembling your workers.
Yep.
Walking along.
It's fucking stinking hot.
Yeah, but it'd be pretty rough, because...
No AC.
A bit more reliable.
Moving on to Ukraine. Hen?
I've got nothing on Ukraine besides the drone updates.
I don't know about Ukraine at the moment, boys. I think I'm getting a little bit sick of Ukraine.
I think it's gone on for long enough.
Yeah, UK is getting a little bad press.
I think I've had enough of old Zelensky to last me a lifetime now. I liked him at the start. I thought he was a bit of a baller, but now there's just more and more stuff coming out, and I don't know. I think I'm just getting to the point where it's like, mate, you can manage this yourself from now on. Stop asking for help outside.
So they've come out to say that Zelensky needs to make the goals of the conflict clearer. They think that saying that they're going to retake all of the previous Ukrainian territory, that including Crimea, isn't actually feasible, and they shouldn't go for that, because that's just going to drag out the conflict without a resolution in sight. And they should prioritize getting NATO membership. With accepting that any Russian, occupied territory now, they should leave that as is, and just accept the new boundaries and call a ceasefire. That would be the fastest way, with the NATO membership, and acknowledging that any further Russian incursions would actually mean retaliation from all the NATO members. But they reckon that's the easiest way. Call it quits here and leave it at that. And I think I would absolutely support that. Leave it as is. Let's not drag out the conflict. But I think that's what you're saying, because Zelensky isn't settling for that. He wants to push on and retake.
He's just a bit big-headed at the moment. I think it's he thinks everything's possible. I don't know. It is.
I think out out of the both of them, Zelensky needs to be the one that's going to back down and call for the ceasefire, because Russia's just going to keep throwing numbers at it, and Ukraine just falling back on the Western allies. It's just going to go nowhere. But do you reckon Trump Kamala could have an impact on it if Trump just pulls out and says we're not going to be supporting Ukraine?
No, well, didn't Zelensky just catch up with the Democrat Party? Somewhere on the I forget where it was in America, but he called up at one of their the missile factories somewhere in the States and signed a couple of missiles and said this is for Russia or some bullshit. I'm not sure, but he was over in the States. He was signing stuff with Democrats and
look, he's got a pretty good deal for himself on Zelensky. Fair play to him.
Yeah, he's set for life now. No matter what happens, he's set for life.
That's a good deal.
Who knows where...
He's got a good deal.
His country's just rubble.
But he gets back in front wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways, look, I think that, we need to realign goals here, tidy things up, push for the NATO membership while we still can, and then try to get this ceasefire sorted. Is this conflict going to be going on this time next year, lads? What's the predictions?
Yep.
No end in sight. Is it going to turn into like a Middle East Iraq sort of situation, just never ending?
I don't think any of these wars will be resorted anytime soon. I think it's just going to be ongoing. I just don't think we're going to hear about it as much anymore. You'll hear that every now and then there'll be like this deal's popped up between two countries or whatever it is, but I think people are just going to lose a lot of interest. By this time next year, I think we go days before we hear something new about any of these.
Is this how the military-industrial complex actually works? Like, they just drag on these wars, they just suck finances out of tax dollars, and it just goes on forever? This is actually just how things work.
Because you just figured it out. Well done.
Supers, General Dynamics.
Yeah, the whole works because submarines. It's all under one bar. It's all there. So I do agree. It's just going to go on. It's obviously benefiting a lot of people at the moment. Yeah, the full 9 yards.
It's all wrapped up.
People don't actually want to see this end. They're just happy, and as long as it's out of the press, they shut down the Murdochs and they keep it behind closed doors. Then it's all we're just paying for it.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying, Kez?
That's what I'm saying, Kez. Unfortunately, it's just the way the world works, Kez.
Now, Steinmeier actually is in a bit of hot water himself. He's falling in the polls, and I wanted to actually see what boots on the ground are doing. So what's the story there? There's he's been saying a lot of stuff, but there's been issues with actually he wants to see productivity rise, but he's not doing anything to foster productivity. He's looking at this capital gains tax, and he's not really resolving any of the EU trade issues. He's cancelling these big public transport projects. Like, what's going on over there? What are we saying?
Because he's just come out and he said the budget's going to be shit for everyone. So just brace yourself for that. The budget's going to be terrible. We're going to try and get some money back. I think people are just starting to understand that, he's a bit of an idiot. I know you can pick and poke at him, and obviously when he was the big thing in the press for a few days over here was when he says we need to get these sausages back, when he meant hostages. So that made headlines, and then people just started picking holes in everything that he's saying. The UK are a bit of a bitchy bunch over here, so they, you do one thing wrong and it just opens up a can of worms for you.
Yeah.
And now people are just kind of, to be fair, who else have you got? There's no one stepping up. There's no one lining up. It's all the same. To be fair, I think if you... Farage, I don't know. A lot of people that probably would not like Farage. He would really shake the
sort of man you need in power. Smoking darts down at the pub, getting things done.
I just don't know about that because it could look. I think it'd be interesting. Obviously, I'm not even a citizen of the UK, so My opinion doesn't mean shit. And so when I say he could shake the tree a bit, I could just sit back and laugh at it all, knowing that I can rest on my laurels back in Australia if I need to. But I don't know, because there probably would be a few people in the UK at the moment, just with everything going on with immigration, crime rates, all of that. That they probably would like to see someone with more of a fascist mindset in power.
I love that he came out and just said the budget's going to be shit for everyone.
Yeah, he's just come out and he said the budget's going to hurt everyone. It's just not good for anyone. It's terrible.
Yeah, there's nothing we can fix.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You're selling policies to get elected that you're saying you're not going to touch any taxes, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. But somehow the government still needs to get funded. So, I think that the UK's falling productivity is really, it should be its central issue. But how do you fix productivity? We've kind of got similar problems here in Australia.
I don't know. I think the work from home thing, possibly, just be like, cut that. Everyone needs to go 9 to 5. That'll boost a lot of things as well. Like, you know, after work, people go down to pubs a bit more.
This work from home business is really BS.
I don't think the work from home thing is going to be good.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you reckon?
It's not that.
It works for some, but it doesn't really work for the economy, unfortunately.
No, you got to get them outside.
Yeah, I saw the decline of drinks after work. It is just astronomical. So all these pubs are hurting, all these bars are hurting, restaurants are hurting. You know, lunch spots, everything is hurting at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just not what you want.
Yeah, everyone's just holed up on VR. Yeah. Anyways, on that note, let's move on, lads. Let's get this done.
Are we there? Because are we launching in? And here it is. Let's launch in, boys. Favorite segment. Here we go.
Bang.
Sports. Bang, bang. All right, let's start off with the big one. Boys. Joshua versus Dubois. We catch the match. What do we think?
Absolutely. Give us a rundown. Who's doing it? Hen?
I can do a rundown.
Technique from you.
I'm actually keen to see it, and so give us a play-by-play. What happened out there?
So, from my memory, it was a stoppage in the 5th round.
Yeah,
that's it, cuz.
I think, from what I saw, it seemed like AJ was kind of... Dubois definitely had the power, AJ had the technique. AJ was looking good in moments, but I feel like just his chin, every time he got touched, he looked wobbled.
Yeah. He hit I forget how many times he dropped, but there was a few times that he got dropped.
Yeah, at least 3.
And and Dubois did not drop once. And Dubois was
wasn't there a
That's
drop in
one thing that I noticed. Yeah, first round he dropped AJ.
Yeah. Dubois, heavy
fast.
fucking hands, and
he is fast.
Huge.
I couldn't believe how quick he and that was the thing. That last knockdown of AJ, I think if AJ hit him, because AJ was obviously lining up to get him back. If AJ was able to connect with Dubois, that would have been him out flat. But Dubois was just quicker, got in first, and that was it.
I think AJ clipped him as well on that last kind of sequence,
he did.
And he was going in, trying to let that last big shot, and then just caught.
Yeah.
So now it's brutal because Fury AJ's off the cards now.
Yeah. Fury was not happy as well.
Yeah, he's like, fuck's sake, AJ.
Yeah, so Fury's out there saying it cost him 150 mil. What's the story there?
Well, that's why it cost him 150 mil, because he's not fighting AJ anymore.
And the fight's off.
And so all the pay-per-view, all the fucking sponsor deals, everything's just all gone.
Did he really think that AJ ever stood a chance? Looking at that fight, Dubois was he completely destroyed. What were we thinking going into it?
The bookies had AJ at $1.30 because to win, and Dubois at $3.20.
It's insane.
Yeah.
How did they get it so wrong?
I don't know how they got it wrong. Yeah. Capacity was 100,000 crammed in.
Completely different classes.
But he knocked out Ngannou. Like, everyone was like, he's unstoppable now, he's back. In Wembley, he's going to be full of confidence. But I think, pressure, didn't have the power. Just got cleaned.
Yeah, cuz, question for you. You step in the ring with AJ, you taking him down? I know different weight classes and all, but you reckon you can get it?
And he's quick.
You reckon you can land a shot, cuz?
I could slip around, land a jab, and then just bounce. I'd be running.
So, Fury's going to step back in with Usyk. When?
Fury, Usyk, who knows? Not sure, but I think that's definitely the next one.
Yeah.
Now, Connor's back there with his stogie unlit. What are our thoughts on that? I don't want to give him too much time. I didn't like it, though.
It was a bit of a
tough. You can't light a stogie in the...
So why bring a stogie?
Because that's his brand. He's promoting the stogies.
Yeah,
he does his own cars now. And he's just fucking chaotic.
I don't know.
He is.
You can't, like...
The way he was strolling through as well.
Ballistic.
He's a cracker. I liked it, to be fair.
But it would have looked so much better if he lit that stogie.
Yeah, then he would have got thrown out. Actually, they probably wouldn't have thrown him out. They would have been like, "What are you doing, mate?"
I reckon he could have made some exemptions.
I'm sure
that would have looked so much cooler. Just
he would have tried, guys. I agree with that.
It's a big open air stadium.
It is.
How much do I have to pay to light this cigar?
Yeah. Like, if you really want to promote a gar, don't show it unlit like that. Like, it just...
It would have been cool at the end of the fight if he just lit it up at the end of the fight. Who cares by that stage if you get kicked out or anything?
Like a proper, jet torch lighter. It would have looked fucking amazing. I want to see that bad boy lit. But just the way what he's doing with it, it's like...
Yeah.
We might need to do a review when we're all together again. Just a McGregor stogie. 3
stars. I wouldn't mind trying it, to be fair. But,
be worth correct.
Let's try 'em.
Did you boys end up catching the AFL Grand Final today? Or yesterday, I should say, for you guys.
I did, cuz. I did indeed.
Bit of a boring Grand Final, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was low-key going for Swans towards the end there, or towards half-time.
You want to come back?
Yeah. I would have liked to see it a bit closer. Because we had the Lions GWS, fantastic game. Lions Geelong, fantastic game. Lions Swans, and it was just the Swans had nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like
so the Swans
points.
actually beat them last time though.
Yeah.
And then what happened this
I don't know.
Absolutely cleaned.
I think the Lions just had a bit more dog in the fight. They've obviously come through the hard yards, having to go the long way round, and obviously just a bit more match fit than the Swannies.
Yeah, it was light work for them. They made it look extremely easy.
Yeah,
they just looked like they had no chance going forward as well. Every time Swans got the ball, it was like they just had no options.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what it was, but Brisbane had some sticky shit on their hands because the marks they were taking all the time were just incredible. I'm not sure what was happening, but there was a lot of marks taken.
What did the bookies have on going into it?
Swannies were favourites.
Yeah, Swannies were favourites.
Yeah.
We get some cash games done.
I was on the Lions. They served me well. I think I had Lions, Joey Danaher, 2+ goals, and worked out well. Lockie Neal, 25+ disposals. That's it, cuz.
Same game multi. Love to see it.
Little SGM. Served me well, boys. Served me well.
Well done, cuz. Well done, cuz.
It was good to see them get across the line. I don't know if I want to do F1 because sad days. Sad days. A little bit emotional, to be fair. I was watching his final interview, and I got to be honest, it was a tough watch. Tough watch.
Yeah. Makes you wonder. Makes you question overall, things like legacy and how you want to go out and whether or not Danny's, you know, if you look back, and obviously hindsight's always 20/20, but if you look back on his moves around, particularly his move from Renault to McLaren, you know, I don't know. He's had a rough couple of past years, and it's just a shame that that's how he's gone out on like that after that, you know, having such an exceptionally good run with Red Bull. I don't know.
It was disappointing. I think RB bringing Liam Lawson back, so you've exchanged Liam Lawson for Danny Rick, then you've exchanged Danny Rick for Liam Lawson. I don't know how I feel about it. I would have let Danny Rick just finish his season out. Liam Lawson ain't going to score any points, let's be honest. There's no points on the cards for him. Yuki Tsunoda's not even scoring points, so what chance has he got? You know, give Danny Rick the rest of the drive, let him go out racing. I think RB owed him that. But, yeah, I think they've done him dirty.
I mean, you could make the argument there that they want to get Lawson just on the track, get him as much experience as possible, get him fired up.
Yeah.
I agree. What difference does it really make?
They changed the cars so much at the end of, like this, before the start of the new season. The cars get changed an awful lot anyway, so it's going to be a different car that he's driving anyway. So what's the
you have to relearn
thought
anyway.
process? Yeah,
I know what you mean.
So disappointing, but yeah. We'll see what happens. I can't see Liam Lawson scoring any points. I stand by my prediction. Charles Leclerc is no chance.
I think that's secured. Yeah, after the last race. So fair play, because no one's going to hold you to it.
Cheers, boys. It's done. Oscar Piastri, does he chase down? Sorry, does Norris chase down Verstappen?
Yeah. That's really the question. That's the only question anyone has left. Has McLaren secured the constructors? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It was interesting. The stats on it is if Norris finishes first every race here on out, and Verstappen finishes second, Verstappen still will take the championship.
Okay.
So they're going to need. Obviously, Lando's going to need to finish most of the races first going forward, and Verstappen's going to need to finish outside the top three. Yeah.
Get Piastri, get Charles. There's Alex.
Yeah. It'd be great for him, but I can't see it happening because I think Verstappen's probably going to get the job done.
I wouldn't mind Staps walking away with it one last year and then big upset into next year. It's all up for grabs.
Would be nice to see. It would be nice to see because
hard factory to get it.
Oh, imagine this Lando.
I just don't like Lando that much, lads.
I do. I prefer
as
Lando
much as I want to like him
to Verstappen.
But him and Staps are the fucking same thing.
Nah, they're not. They're not.
They're pretty.
Staps is worse.
They're not close. Staps is way worse.
What were your thoughts on the community service thing for swearing? So Verstappen's obviously swearing in Singapore, and FIA boss coming out saying he's going to be doing community service. They're all sitting on the couch, and the pundits are going, "Oh, what's your thoughts on this to Lando?" And Lando's just laughing, going, "Yeah, he deserves it," as a joke. And then they ask Lewis, and Lewis is like, "If it was me, I just wouldn't do it. If they told me I had community service, I would not do it. So I support Verstappen in not doing it."
What does he have to do? How many hours?
He has to walk the track and pick up rubbish.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
You think it's fair?
What are the repercussions? What could they do? Could they ban him from future races?
No, I don't think legally they're allowed to for swearing.
That'd be huge.
It would be interesting. You never know. Like these FIA bosses, they can. You've seen it with Michael Massey. They can get a bit power hungry. So he might take what Verstappen's done as a slight, and maybe he will implore some more serious punishments for Verstappen. But at this stage, we can only speculate because.
All right, cuz.
So,
fair enough.
You catch the
Well,
NRL?
Yeah,
I did, cuz. I did. Beautiful.
Thoughts?
Well, I think
you
we
gone
all
for
could have.
Panthers?
I wasn't, but I think it'll be a better final because that's the.
There will be a better final. But two Melbourne teams.
No, one
Sick
Melbourne
of it.
team.
Oh, true.
Yeah, because one Melbourne team, one Penrith team. We'll see. I think the Storm get it done, but it will be a great final. Where if you had Sharkies versus Storm run over the top of them like they did with the Roosters, it wouldn't have been a great final. So at least this one, you could predict it. 15 rounds ago, it was going to be a Storm Panthers final.
Storm Panthers.
And I think we're in for a good showdown.
Where are they playing? They're Melbourne.
It'll be Sydney, Amy Stadium.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know who to go for. Who are you backing?
I'm going Storm. I like the Storm over the Panthers. I hate the Panthers, and I don't want to see them win another one. So I'll definitely stick. I'll stick with the Storm.
Yeah.
And I do think the Storm probably do win.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a tough game.
The problem is that the Panthers, Cleary, I don't know, in these massive games, just he finds something that God himself can't explain. So it's yeah.
Yeah, he's a weapon.
Yeah. What else have we got, boys? Well, what did we see? Did we see any EPL highlights today?
Just quickly on the cricket, lads.
yeah.
You're gonna have to watch tonight's game. It's come down to a 2-on-2.
It is.
Game
So
final.
is it tonight? So tomorrow for us,
Yeah.
that'll be good. It'll be good. What's your predictions here,
It's
guys?
a pretty big one. Well, England has really come through. Like what they did to Australia on game 4, biggest
It was a
win by
shocker.
any margin in it was like a history record breaking game. 4 bowlers.
Yeah, it was-
Bang.
it was a
Class act
shocker.
from Brooksy.
Yeah. Brooksy did well. Livingston also, little cameo in there. Late. It was pretty good to see. I think the boys get it done. I think Australia probably takes it out.
What are the bookies saying, guys?
Let me have a look, cuz. Let me have a look.
I think they've still got Oz for the win, but it's close.
Yeah, I think the wet weather, for whatever reason, just seems to really mess with Australia a bit. They don't handle it too well. And obviously it was shortened overs, so you had 39 overs instead of the 50-50. It could be... I don't know. To be fair, this whatever happened, they were very, very good, England. But the bookies have... Australia on top. Pretty tight, $2 to $1.80.
Yeah. So it's pretty much neck and neck. It's anyone's
Yeah.
game. I hope Oz comes through, but I think it's going to be extremely tight.
Yeah, I think Australia win by, I'm going to call it 50 runs.
And
Yeah, I'll go Australia.
Yeah.
By 30 runs. When are they playing?
That's
we're
because,
going to make a commitment here.
well, no, because how many wickets, guys?
Alright, guys.
How many wickets do Australia win by? 2, 3?
Let's go for 4 wickets.
Nice. You're expecting a big performance from Travis Head.
Yeah, I think he can
It's
do
going
it
to get
again.
bigger again, guys.
He's going huge.
He went big.
Yeah,
A couple good catches from Labuschagne.
Yeah, a few great
Big side.
catches from Labuschagne.
Did you guys watch the live action replay? I said caught on the bowl, so fuck his.
No, it was. He'd been caught. It hit the ground beforehand, cuz.
I said from game 1 how he caught them on the bowl.
Oh yeah. You did actually, cuz. That's very true.
Just lost
I
that
thought you were talking. I thought you were talking about
Oh,
this game.
fucking quick to forget.
was a shit.
Fucking torch me live on air.
That's very true. It is very true, guys. Still, we didn't give you a proper torch, so that was true. That was very true.
Like 10 minutes.
Very, very true.
When I asked for a rundown.
What sort of fucking rundown was that, cuz?
If you're gonna do a rundown, do a fucking rundown.
Just leave out head at his 150 explosive fucking knock.
I think you went big.
Just mediumly. Well, there you go, boys. What are your thoughts?
Good game to watch.
What are your thoughts on the EPL, boys? Bringing it back to boots on the ground, stateside England. Where are we? Did we catch any
Man
games
City,
today?
Arsenal, fucking.
Oh yeah, there was a bit of dilemma out of that one.
How'd you feel about that one, cuz?
It was a tough. It was a bit of a tough rate, that one, cuz, to be fair. I wasn't too happy about it. I don't think Trossard should have been sent off. I don't think there should have been a red card.
Yeah, a bit soft.
It was very, very soft. Yeah, what more can you say? I don't like Haaland anymore. I think what he did during the game, throwing the ball at Gabriel's head when he wasn't looking, and then obviously going after Arteta at the end of the game, was all a bit much for me. I took him out of my fantasy the next day. Had enough of it. Glad I did. Obviously, didn't score any goals today. I think he's going to go through one of his classic Haaland lulls. I don't think he scores a goal for a few games now.
Yep. Who's City got next?
I'm not sure. Well, they played today. So they played Newcastle today.
True, actually.
1-1 draw against Newcastle. So a bit of a tough beat for... Yeah. So City not getting the job done. At home for Newcastle, they're notoriously good at home. But still, I think they would have been expecting the win today. They've lost Rodri, who a lot of people probably say is one of the best midfielders in the entire world at the moment. And
he did his ACL, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So it's a tough break. But Arsenal getting the job done today, which was good against Leicester City. A bit nerve wracking there. 2-0 up and then dropping 2 goals and then 2 very, very late goals to Arsenal, bringing home the win, which was good to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Chelsea as well. Cole Palmer scoring a 4-bagger.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, pretty impressive.
Oh, cool. We got United Tottenham tonight. Bang.
Surely Man U for that, him.
I hope so. I don't think so, though.
Nah.
I think we're going to get pumped.
I'm saying Tottenham as well. Tottenham absolutely destroy Man U. No one really likes Man U over here, I've realised, apart from people in Manchester.
Yeah, they're easy.
They all hate Man U. So
surely they hate City more.
I don't think so. I think there is it goes Man U,
People got a soft
then
spot
City.
for City.
I think people have a lot of respect for City, even though they've breached about 1,000 fucking FIA regulations. I still think,
Yeah.
Pep's created a pretty decent team. Everyone wants them to lose, but that's just because they want someone else to have a go. Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, well, NFL, our boys did alright against the Patriots. At least that's something, cuz.
I don't know, cuz. I don't know if it's something. NFL, I can't. I was following the NFL and I just, it's hard to follow at the moment. There's a lot of moving parts there that weren't there last year. So.
What do you mean?
Well, Dak Prescott.
Give us a rundown, cuz. Let's hear it.
Well, I just don't know. Well, old Dak, he's you have your go-to guys, but he seems like he's not where he needs to be at the moment, and I feel like a lot of them are like that. The Bengals as well. They, coming into the season are supposed to be one of the top picks for this year's run into the Super Bowl. Absolutely nowhere to be seen at the moment. I think they've lost every single game. It seems to be more rushing than receiving at the moment as well. So I don't know, people just not connecting up with their QBs. I know it's early in the season, so they might just be a bit cold at this point in time. Need a few more games under their belt before they start really connecting up. But it's it's not as enjoyable to watch. A lot of low scoring games as well. So you just got those 2012s, 2014 sort of.
It was 24-3.
Yeah. But it wasn't anything. No. None at all. And a lot of that was just
it's still warming up out there. Yeah.
Yeah. As they come into winter, I hope they're fully warmed well when they get heavy into winter. Nothing beats watching the NFL when it's like it's snowing in Minnesota or wherever it is, and the boys are just rugged up, getting the job done.
That actually sounds pretty unbelievable.
They're clean games.
Clean games because you've got the snow blowers on the side of the stadium just clearing it out.
Yeah.
I like it.
But so sorry, we're all on the Cowboys, or Hen, you're on? Who are you?
I'm on the Cowboys.
Oh, we're jointly on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I like
we're all
it.
Team Cowboys.
I like it. Anything else to add in, boys?
I got UFC coming up.
Who's that?
Forget about that. We've got,
UFC?
I believe it's Whitaker versus Chimaev, and the main event is actually not too sure. Oh yeah, Pereira.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that.
So what are we looking at there, guys? Who's taking?
Wait, is it
Who's
actually?
taking us?
No. Okay, we got Ilya Topuria versus Holloway.
Mm.
That's going to be a good one. The featherweight.
That should be a decent game, actually.
Ilya's 15-0. He beat our boy Volk.
Okay.
Maxi's coming off the win over Justin Gaethje knockout. So that'd be a sick fight.
Yeah.
And then we got Whitaker versus Chimaev. Whitaker, just the absolute legend.
Do you reckon Volk is done?
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him. He'll probably, if Max wins, it's going to really shake the tree because Volk's got 3 wins over Max. So, but if Max gets the title, then Volk will he kind of has to fight him.
Yeah, okay.
But if Max loses, Volk
Then that's
could
it.
easily just rematch Ilya.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's not looking too good. But yeah, that's about it. Canelo won in his boxing fight against some dude.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's very
It's
good.
not too bad.
Not bad at all. I can't really think
Any
of
other
anything
sponsors?
else.
So watching a bit of the what's its face, US golf. What's happening there is the teams. Go on to that, Fizz.
You mean the women's or the men's?
No. Scotty was out there. What was it?
It wasn't the Ryder Cup, was it?
I'll pull it up because
Bring it up,
Yeah,
guys.
those teams.
Sounds like Ryder Cup, but I thought the Ryder Cup's already been done.
Pull it up, because
Give us the
I
rundown.
was just
guys.
half watching it to be fair.
give us the
That's
rundown.
right, guys. It probably wasn't teams. It might have been a replay of the Ryder Cup, because
It was something.
What happened? 2-1.
I didn't
Well, Maxi-
prepare a rundown. I did not
While,
prepare a
Let's hear
rundown.
the-
while Maxi tries to find it, what do we think of New Zealand getting
It was
the job done
President's
over
Cup.
Australia? Ah, yeah. Good one,
We're on
guys.
day 3 now.
Good one, guys. Final day tomorrow. What's the scores?
Yeah, who's in what?
Pull it up.
Give us a rundown, guys.
Alright, President Cup, live scores, recaps. Alright,
Yeah. Who's up on points?
Who's in the lead?
What are we looking at, cuz?
Give us
Alright.
the minute, guys.
Looks
Yeah,
like
that-
US Cup team, Scotty Scheffler, Schauffele.
Chefs.
Yeah, they're all getting it done. And
Scheffler, Schauffele. Yeah, those boys really, you can't go against them at the moment. They're in prime form.
Yeah.
There's no stopping them.
although,
So-
over on the internationals, Hideki Matsuyama actually had some pretty bang-on shots, so he was doing pretty well for himself. And Jason Day, who came out to play as well.
JG.
Yeah, Days, he's starting to find a bit of form. He hasn't had it for a while.
Yeah, he lost it for a while.
Adam Scott's obviously, I think he's probably top Aussie at the moment in the men's. Don't see Cam Smith at the moment. He's, well, starters, he's in Live Golf, but you don't really see too much of him anymore. Staying hiding in the shadows. But good to see the boys out there.
So
Well,
day
gee,
3.
boys, Day 3.
What's the go today?
Well, US is up to 8-7. The big teams, so US is leading just.
They're not that far ahead. I thought there'd be a bit more. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know. So they got a bit of fight ahead of them because, yeah. I don't know about if I agree with the teams. They've put on Scotty with Henley. I don't know.
I liked it.
Schauffele with Cantley. Why don't they get
You're not-
Scotty and
you're not impressed?
Xander together? Make them superstars. But I guess
So
that's why.
they're playing their opposite. They're playing against. So it's the American versus the international.
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm saying.
Henley. Yeah. So what do you? Sanders Schauffele, he's American, cause.
Yeah, so you get Scheffler and Schauffele together on the same team.
Oh, so who have they got on the same team?
Yeah, so they've got Scheffler and Henley there on one team
Oh yeah,
together.
Yeah.
And then they've got Cantley and Schauffele on the other team.
Other team. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how they do those pair ups. But anyways,
Why do you want a superstar at one and a no superstar at the other?
I just like superstar teams because blockbusters.
I thought you were always for the underdogs because Celtics.
Alright, I ain't doing this today, boys. We gotta wrap this up.
Messi.
I'll just finish.
Where are we
I'll
going
just
next
finish
week?
with.
What
I'll
do you
just
got
finish
for
with
us?
one last
EBL?
thing, cuz. I'm going rugby union, cuz New Zealand winning the rugby championship.
No
Yeah,
surprises.
smashing Australia, 33-13. Absolutely demolition job. No surprises there.
Just
To be
torch.
expected.
The Splitter Soda.
What's up?
Yep. That was Splitter
Yeah.
Soda, wasn't it?
No, it was the championship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right,
Fair enough,
Kaz.
Kaz.
So where are we going next
Where are we
week?
going next week?
Hold on, lads. Who are we going next week?
Let's wrap
We
this
got
up.
Sammy first up. People are going to be disappointed that we
Yeah.
didn't get through Sammy.
Fuck's sake.
Let's get into Sammy next week, boys. Are we going 1 and 2?
Let's just start with one, alright? It's not very
Let's
quick.
just roll into one. All right, we're doing a few more sports headlines. A lot of sports coming up this week, cuz.
Yeah. Champions League's back on.
Yeah, that was big last Wednesday. Massive. We'll cover it next one, but a few upsets in there as well.
Yep.
Alright.
So,
Yep. Champions League deep dive.
Yeah.
Champions.
Champions League, cuz.
We got the debate.
The co-main.
Got the debate. Yeah. Maybe a bit more intel from Ukraine and Middle East.
Just the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder what sort of state of affairs Old Wimbledon's going to be next week, boys. It's it's looking like it's just a rapid decline there. So keep a finger on the pulse.
Yeah. You'll get
That's
boots on the
something
ground,
to do.
guys. We'll figure this one out. Don't worry.
Could dip back over to Taiwan.
Well, I think we should actually, stay in touch with Taiwan. Don't let
And
them
can
get
you
too far
chase
away.
down that Taiwanese documentary? They've been only doing limited screenings around the place, but I'm not even sure when we're going to be able to watch it. The Chinese government's doing everything it can to keep that under wraps.
Yeah, the locations were really random.
Really random. There was one in like
Georgia, wasn't it?
yeah, Georgia. But the rest of them were in the US. Yeah, they had one random.
Yeah, one screening in
Seems odd.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see if we can chase that down.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's get that sort
Chase
of
that
place.
down.
All right, chaps. Well done. Enjoy.
Alright, lads.
Thank you, lads.
Take care. See you guys.